season or the decision now to whether you're going to make the move at quarterback or not. I mean, these are all decisions that have to be made by me. But for the most part, I just I focus on the players. I focus on getting better each day.
You're not making that move, right, Doug, to a different quarterback?
Not today on Wednesday, no.
Okay, possibly for Monday?
I'm focused right now on getting better today. I mean, we're looking. I don't know. I mean, I would say no.
Carson's your starter for Monday?
Yes.
All right, Key. More first-team reps means what?
You said follow the money. I know.
Well, he's not. Look, he's not starting tonight.
I know.
Now, whether or not he plays, that's something totally different. Every team that I've ever been on, our backup quarterback has always taken snaps with the first team in the first unit. You got to get them prepared just in case. This is a big story because Carson Wentz has been, less than stellar, I would say.
That's a nice way of saying it.
And because of that, when Jalen Hurts, who was drafted in the second round, gets snaps, it's newsworthy. That's just part of it. I'm not surprised that he's taking snaps at all. There's going to be a small package because for whatever reason, that package may give them the best chance to win tomorrow or tonight. It may give them the best, but doesn't mean that he's taking 60 snaps during the game. That doesn't mean that at all.
Just get prepared to see Jalen Hurts get a lot more snaps.
Yeah, he'll get more snaps.
Just get prepared to see it. And this reminds me of, Key, have you ever had these conversations with somebody where somebody's like, hey, what do you think about so-and-so? And you say, well, he's a really nice person.
Family guy.
Yep. Well, you preface the comment before you actually take insult to somebody, right? Well, he's a really nice person, but that's what I heard Doug Peterson do, right? He's setting it up. He's giving you context. Hey, look, he is our quarterback for now until we play against the Seahawks or until we play against the Packers or until we play against the Saints. Just look at death row. It's coming. It's a matter of time before we see Jalen Hurts.
Well, it's pressure that'll be put on him, on Carson Wentz, whether it's in practice, much like Mike Tannenbaum said, or whether it's in the games. Carson Wentz certainly can see that they're trying to figure out something. He's not stupid. He's talking to his agent who's probably been through this before with other clients. He's talking to friends, college coaches. He understands exactly what is getting ready to happen to him if he doesn't turn things around tonight. If all of a sudden he gets out there and he does what he did against the Cleveland Browns, chances are they may just pull a hook because you're not going anywhere with a guy turning the ball over, incomplete balls, bouncing them at the receiver's feet. You're not going anywhere with that. And if I'm Doug Peterson, I know I'm not going in there with that. So now I'm just going to move on to Jalen Hurts and see if he can add a spark.
Zubin, I know I'm not the football expert like he. Obviously, he played so many years in the league, but as a fan, it's time to yank him. It's time. That's what you brought Jalen Hurts there for.
Yeah, but I got $50 million.
I understand. I'm just saying, yesterday I watched two quarterbacks. I can understand completely two different situations. But Jared Goff and the inconsistencies that you have, and then Carson Wentz, the inconsistencies, you're like, wow, these two guys got paid a boatload of money.
Same agent.
Wow.
They did.
Who is he? I need him to do my contract here.
It's Bruce Toner, actually a good friend of mine. But he did their deals simultaneously, like back to back, right? Like I would say within weeks of each other.
Here's the conundrum. I agree with Jay, especially when the division is starting to slip away. You've got a chance to make the playoffs. Everybody in the division does. If you need to give your team a spark, why not do it? But Key, here's the real conundrum, and Jay weigh in on this as well. Their next three games, Jay kind of mentioned their next opponent. Tonight, Seattle, then Green Bay, then New Orleans. I mean, if you're going to go to Hurts, that seems like an awfully difficult stretch to try to do something.
Not really, because there's a package that's there, right? And so let's say that the Seattle game is 19-15, a weird score I'll give you.
They win or lose?
No, I'm saying let's say it's going that way. It's 19-15, it's going that way.
Okay.
But Carson is playing bad.
Okay.
And they can be up by 2 touchdowns, and he's playing so bad. Now the coach goes, what do you think we should do? And they say, well, let's insert Jalen into the lineup right now. And all of a sudden, boom, there's a field goal. Boom, they're moving. Oh, my God, they just scored another touchdown. That's what that package is for, because Seattle, the only thing Seattle can do is go to a handful of plays from this year that Jalen's been in on the offensive side of the ball.
No,
they can't. There's nothing out there on him. There's no preseason. So we got to go back now as a defensive staff and go back to Alabama, go back to Oklahoma to get a feel for what type of quarterback that we're getting ready to have to face when he comes into the game. Whatever package that they had the last several times that he's been underneath the center, what does that 10 plays look like? That's the only thing that they got on him.
Key, like I told you, on Sunday evenings or whether that's Monday night after the game, the pressers I look forward to the most, Doug Peterson and Matt Nagy. I mean, every single time, what are you going to do? What are you going to say now? Especially when you keep losing. That pressure just mounts and mounts and mounts. I understand different situations. I always have to preface it that way for you. But I'm just saying from an entertainment perspective, you like watching Snoop Dogg call a fight, just watch these two post presser.
Well, when you're not winning games and things aren't I could think of 3 people. Well, I could think of 4, actually. One's not even coach anymore, Matt Patricia. Then you could think of Matt Nagy, Adam Gase, and Doug Peterson. All of them got the thing in common, not winning football games. And when you don't win, you go to the pressers, it's miserable. You don't have any, like, what you going to say? Then they don't know how to handle it because think about it. If they were players and they were like great players that played in the league and they had so many press conferences to deal with, you can handle a press conference under any type of adversity, win or lose. You can walk because you've done it before. But when you don't really have that practice like that, it's tough.
Adam Gase was absolutely embarrassing yesterday.
We'll hear from
that was
some of that.
Embarrassing.
Yeah. We'll hear from his in the last minute. Take me inside an organization here when there's leaks and everybody's watching practice. If he was looking good, let's say Hurts is out there taking more first-team reps and he was looking dynamite, like he was just looking great. Wow. Are you surprised any of that hasn't filtered on out there? Doesn't it seem like anytime anybody shows a pulse, we hear about it in these types of situations?
But he may not be showing a pulse. He may just be.
Then why go to him
Jalen,
at that point?
Because it's a package. They're not asking Jalen Hurts to be Carson Wentz.
Oh, no, I got
What they're saying, Z, is that we need to get a spark. We need to figure out a handful of plays that we could give him that will give us a spark when we need it. That's what they're doing with Jalen.
Okay, we'll wait to see what Dan Orlovsky has to think about this. The dozen-year NFL quarterback will join us at 7:15 Eastern. We'll also get his thoughts on the Lions, his former team that had a house cleaning a bit over the weekend, as Key has referenced. On the way, is the best decision the Bears made this season actually turning out to be their worst? We'll talk about it at the top of the hour.